The fear of loss is a much stronger motivator than pleasure or gain. It's not the people, or how do I say this? The reason why you have so much energy when you're competing with other people, when you're actually fighting, when a bunch of people are all wanting the same thing, the reason why that gives you energy is the fear of missing out and letting other people get what you could have gotten. It's not that, oh, I really am just so super excited deep in my bones to go get a car or a pile of money or a woman or resources or whatever. The real motivator that you have is the fear that other people can take what you want. It's the fear of loss that motivates more people. It's like I did business school for a year and a half. I didn't really get good grades, didn't go to much class. But the one economics lesson that I learned was the fear of loss is a much stronger motivator than the pursuit of gain, especially in a financial matter. So what does this mean? It means that you're never going to get anywhere if you have to feel good all the time, or you need these positive little emotions in order to get your rocks off. The people in this world who can get anything they want, the reason why they're in that position is because it's the fear and pain and difficulty that's motivating them, because they don't want to go back. Like, think about it this way. Every single person on this planet is just reacting to their environment. The reason why I'm making this voice note is because the strongest force in my life is what is going to move you forward. Like, your brain is a magnet. It's just going to be attracted to whatever the strongest force is in your life. And for me, that's speaking into my phone, becoming a more powerful human. So it's like, yeah, I could get fired from work. Sure. My whole family, something could happen to them at the sign of the cross. God willing, I hope not. But let's say the whole world ends, or the economy crashes, or something out of my control happens. What's the answer? And the answer is your rewards and your dopamine pathways do not serve you any longer. The reason why I'm even here speaking into my phone right now is because the old reward pathways of my past, the fucking repetitive behaviors that I've been just, the pleasure seeking, the mindless pleasure seeking, the mindless consumption and sedating and just distraction. All I've been doing is wasting my time searching for a feeling, searching for a vision. And if you're too busy living in that dualistic nature of I have versus I don't have, I want something and I don't have it, it's much easier to just simply say to yourself, every single second of every day, I am moving forward in pursuit of my goal. Every single day, I am moving forward. Because that's all that matters. It's like, what does Tate say? He says speed is value. If something can be done in half the time for the same price, inherently you've just made that thing more valuable. The reason why cryptocurrency is valued is not because it looks cool. It's not because people enjoy it or people think it's going to make them money, which I guess it can. Cryptocurrency is valuable because it takes literally 2 seconds to send a transaction across the entire ether, across the multiverse to the other side of the world, and send that Bitcoin to somebody else. And I know I sound fucking crazy right now. I may not be making a lot of sense. But the funny part about all of this is that this is the choice that I'm making. Like, I would much rather be where I am right now than in the past or married with a family and some chick, because deep down inside, I am not being true to myself. My purpose on this planet is to build a digital product and create a life where you simply repeat the correct actions. Imagine if you were living in a village of monks and the only thing you could fucking look at, the only stimuli you could react to, the only action you could take were actions that the other monks were all doing, building a future, right? If I locked you in a room with a piece of paper and a pencil, don't you think eventually you would just start writing out of sheer boredom, out of sheer insanity? So think about it that way. Right now, all I'm doing is resisting rewarding myself. I'm resisting consuming. I'm resisting eating food. I'm resisting succumbing to my lower animal nature. And every single minute that goes by, every breath that I take, I become more powerful. I solidify this pathway in my brain that I am moving forward. I'm becoming more powerful. So sure, that sounds like fucking retarded. This guy's just talking all day. He's just a talker. And it's hard work and focused action that's going to generate profit. And it's talking, just yapping and talking all day, that generates poverty. So what are the daily actions? What can I do today with my time? What action can I take? What molecules can I move throughout the universe today? What is in my control that's going to move me forward? And I guess I better just fucking edit a video or just clean everything or just do something. Do anything that builds a positive pathway in your brain. Do anything that involves creation. You can write in a journal. You can create your own thoughts and put them onto paper. You can speak into your phone. You can speak and become a creator. You are the infinite divine collective. You are the source, stuck in one small little human form. When you realize that your imagination is limitless and you are you're just unlimited. That's just what you are. You are absolutely limitless. Absolutely anything is possible. So, if you're thinking about it like that, if you're thinking about life in the lens of absolutely anything is possible, literally anything can happen, then how on earth are you going to start feeling all negative and sad and just waste all of your time? Like, why on earth would you slow down and waste your time and just pray that something changes when you're staying in the same place, being slow and lazy? Are you worshiping Satan? Are you worshiping the fear response? Are you trying to escape those painful emotions, which you subconsciously believe you cannot overpower through sheer will alone? Like, disregard all those words of wisdom from people who have failed to conquer their own will, their excuses for weakness. So when I tell you, oh, you have to have an environment where everything's going to be perfect and easy, all I'm saying is I have a limiting belief in my brain that your environment and your circumstances have to be perfect in order to take action. And the only thing that is real is the present moment, what you are looking at right now. So if you don't like your life, if you don't like your environment, change what you're looking at, you fucking gay retard. Are you going to scroll on TikTok all day? Are you going to scroll Twitter and just get a little dose of dopamine, a little dose of motivation and excitement in your life? Or are you going to change? Are you going to evolve? There are going to be people in this world who create content, and there are going to be people in this world who consume content. The world is becoming increasingly polarized. Everything is evolving, technology, the human race, everything. So if you are not trying to move faster, if you're not trying to move with urgency, then you're simply not going to be able to compete. How long are you going to walk through life without certainty? How long are you going to walk through life without a clear-cut identity? The choice is always up to you, but you may not realize that you have always wanted the same thing, and you're always going to react to your environment based on your past emotions and your past programming. Like, if I'm living in fucking rural Pakistan or India and I'm just getting eaten alive and just getting bit by dogs all day, I'm getting chased by stray dogs. If I go to a nice white area with Americans and I see a dog on the street, the instant animal brain pathway in my brain, the past repetitive programming is going to create an emotion and a vision in my mind to go with it. If you're walking around in the woods and you hear a twig snap or you hear some branch move, you're going to jerk over there, you're going to look, and your brain is going to picture an image of what it anticipates is going to happen. Your mind's eye, Jesus says in the Bible, practice the single eye and your whole body may be filled with light. That means practice the third eye, the eye of God, your mind's eye, imagination, and you will be enlightened. It says that in the Bible. So it's kind of funny because I may not have a perfect fucking life. I may not have a absolutely perfect plan. I may not spend every single second of my time wisely. But the 80-20 rule dictates that 20% of your actions are going to create 80% of your results. So when I'm laying around inside all day consuming, when I'm just laying around all day, just consuming, wasting my time, not really giving a shit, the only thing that I'm really telling myself in that moment is that I do not want to be present. I do not want to compete in this environment. I don't want to be in this environment. So it's the same thing when a kid gets bullied at school. If there's a bunch of happy, fun, high energy, high testosterone kids who are popular, who are rich, what's going to happen is they're going to start to pick on and make the small, weaker, more poor people feel less than. And if you're getting picked on in school, I'm sure everybody's been here at some point, but when you're getting teased and bullied and picked on in school, you avoid the present moment. You look down. You don't look anybody in the eye. You look down. You go straight to the past. You go straight to your imagination, and you just go straight to the old repetitive pathways. It's a defense mechanism. Going subconscious and going into your imagination as a fear response, trying to escape the present moment in front of you, is a defense mechanism from your organism. The human body has insane defense mechanisms. Like me right now, I fucking probably should be driving down to work right now, but instead I'm driving to the gym to go sit in the sauna, chasing a feeling, thinking that feelings and emotions and becoming more powerful is what is going to make me better. And in reality, the only thing that's going to make you better, the only thing that's going to solve your problem is your actions. Not your thoughts, not your emotions, not your ideas, your actions. So if you don't understand, or if you don't have a clear plan of action, if you don't have absolute certainty, if you don't know exactly where you're going and exactly what you're doing with your time, then I guess you need to shed the fat, and I guess you need to stop consuming poison, stop allowing shallow, retarded ideas into your brain. These just shallow, insecure, weak, small, short-term ideas and habits. Because the most powerful short-term habits recruit all of your muscle fibers. It's like if I got really aggressive and up in your face and I threatened to fight you, all of your energy would be focused on the present moment and emotionally recruiting your muscles, your contractile tissue, force production. It's going to raise your alertness until you have gotten rid of that threat. Whether it's fighting or whether it's escaping, running away, it doesn't matter. But you are going to feel stressed and tight, and your muscles are going to be contracted, and your mind cannot think clearly. You're going to be in the frequency of high beta brainwaves. You're going to be frantically switching channels, looking around for different escape routes, scanning the environment for potential threats and potential escape routes. So if you don't want to be a gay little cuck scanning around your environment, like literally like a deer in the headlights waiting to get chased, just waiting, looking around for the fucking, for an escape route, then you need to take some sort of action. Do you know what I mean? Like, even me, I can fucking drive around and, go to the gym or fucking do whatever the fuck I feel like. Yeah, I guess I can do that. It's not going to change my life. But what is actually going to change my life, Morty, is consistency. Morty, if you can't have the same thought in your mind for more than a couple of days in a row, like if you can't actually build the consistency and control your mind and control your word, your word as a man, your integrity, does your word mean something? When you tell your parents, I'm going to do this, Mom, and then you just lay around all lazily and you don't actually do it till they make you, Are you a man or are you fucking gay? Are you a trans homosexual? It's very gay is what it is. And even me, it's like, I think I'm some motivational god. I think I'm perfect. Sure. I think I have all of these great things and all of these smart ideas, and I'm such a genius. Look at me. Look how amazing I am. And even then, every time I place myself above others and I look down upon other people and I think they're less powerful than me, that is still a version of duality, of separation. I am separate than them, when in reality we are all the same. The only thing that is real is cause and effect and instinct, right? So the beauty of the human brain is you have to take control of the internal response and the external environment. You'll never be a successful human or a successful man if you can't successfully combine your internal, intrinsic motivation and your drive and your instincts with the external environment and the flashing colors and blinding lights and fucking animal niggas just running around all day reacting to your environment. So what is the answer? If I was a teenager who was succumbing to dopamine all of the time, just repeating actions over and over and over and over again, expecting a different result, expecting things to be different, searching for a feeling, just searching to feel good, just searching for homeostasis, you know? And the only way you're really going to achieve that is difficulty. It's always funny how the people who exercise really hard, the people who go to war, the people who exert their bodies, who have contractile tissue, who are powerful, it's always the powerful people that end up getting things done. It's never the small, weak, frail, pencil neck, not working out, disgusting little gay Bill Gates looking motherfucker. He is not the man who people are going to surround. He's not the guy who people are going to worship. The definition of strength is the power to get what you want. Like, how do you make somebody do what you want? You give them no choice. In Massachusetts, the whole COVID fiasco, you had to get a vaccine jabbed into your arm like a farm animal. And it's crazy because the choice that you had was, sure, if you're a single income, the dad is working and you're forced to get this vaccine or lose your job and not be able to provide for your family, then that's crazy. Then you don't really have a choice, do you? Like in that scenario, the working class are going to do what the ruling class wants because they have no choice. And right now you have cash, you have dollars, you have coins, but in 5 years from now, when every single currency that's used day to day is electric, it's digital, it's electronic, it's all just blockchain shit, and you just use your phone and you use your little identity, your fucking Chinese Communist Party, what's it called? The word I'm looking for, your WeChat, your identity. And you are not going to have a choice a couple years from now. Like, you think your life is great now and you think you have all this time and you think that in the future things will be different, but in the future things are exactly the same. In the future, you still have control. In the future, you still have to take action. In the future, you're still going to go through difficulty. You're still going to go through struggle. You're still going to have pain. You're still going to have a choice. You're always going to react to your environment based on your past experience and past emotions. So there's people in this world who wake up early, drink some coffee, go to the gym, get shredded, eat a nice, clean, healthy breakfast. And then there are people in this world who roll out of bed, immediately reward themselves with a short-term gratification, start eating food, start consuming, and all of that energy goes straight to their fat stores, goes straight to their hormones. It goes straight to their fucking disgusting little gay pores. And what you have to understand, what you have to internalize inside of your brain is the idea that your body is going to adapt to absolutely anything. You can inject heroin and fentanyl into your bloodstream and still survive, and then get clean and go on to become a fucking billionaire. Absolutely anything is possible, except you think your body is not powerful enough to escape that small, current, short-term environment that you've trapped yourself in. So why on earth would you slow yourself down and stay in the same place and reward yourself with shallow, short-term, insecure, just gay, little, fucking fearful escape behaviors? Because the one thing you can never escape from is your own thoughts. You're not going to be able to escape, bro. Even me, I guess this is my version of therapy, speaking into my phone all day, every day, just fucking doing something. But it's like, sure, I've wasted enough time. Am I really going to keep smoking? Am I really going to keep wasting my time? I don't think that would be smart. Just don't think so. So if you don't have what you want, maybe, just maybe, you have to start doing the difficult things. You have to start exerting effort. You have to start reacting to a different environment. And that's not to say that if you do some work, you're going to be guaranteed to have success. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is cause and effect is very real. And if you go through life every single day, you speak into your phone, you film videos, you use your brain and your creative God-given ability to create something unique, to move the world through your vessel and change it into something better. God did not put you on this earth just so you could live in your lowest form of animal nature, your slowest identity. God did not put you here so you could be a miserable little slave. The best part about life is God gave you free will for a reason. You are not here to waste time. You're not here to worship some false idol. You're not here to worship technology. You're not here to worship your emotions. You're not here to be submissive and be a victim and give up control. You are here to grab your balls, take control, and take fucking action. You are here for a purpose. You're not here to live for somebody else. You're not here to cater to the emotions of the masses and the emotions of the collective crowd. You are here to be unique, to carve your own path. Every single civilization since the beginning of time, anytime they created something new and they conquered an existing nation, they tore down the statues, they destroyed the art, and they created something new. And that is the nature of man. Tearing down everything that's currently existing and replacing it with something new, more evolved, more creative, more divine. And at the end of the day, nobody can make that choice for you. Nobody can take the action for you. No amount of scrolling on social media or listening to motivational content to feel good, to feel focused, to feel motivated. Because if you need to consume social media or to consume some little music or some song or some motivational video in order to feel normal and to feel powerful and motivated, all you're doing is you're admitting to the universe, you are admitting to the source that you do not feel that inside. So every time you decide, oh, let me go watch porn, or oh, let me go scroll, let me just go distract myself and reward myself, the only thing you're telling your brain, the only thing that you're telling your instincts and the cells and the genetic makeup of your body that builds every single blood vessel that you have, you're telling your body that you do not have what you want. Because if you need to seek out some short-term little reward or some short-term distraction in order to feel normal, then essentially all you've done is created a repetitive thought loop where the only way that you can remain in control, the only way you can stay in control is by consuming all day. That's the only thing you can control. Every single person on this planet wants to be powerful. Every single person on this planet wants to be brighter. They want to be more fulfilled. They want to avoid pain and gravitate towards dopamine. It's just a scientific fact. Sure, some people may be depressed and want to do drugs all day or cut themselves or do self-harm. Sure, some people get pleasure from hurting others. Some people get pleasure from destroying things. And at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter where your pleasure center is, where your pain center is. What matters is, what direction are you trying to move in? What are you trying to create? So think about it this way. The next time, just think about it this way. The next time you actually walk into a fucking store and you see all the sugary foods and all the man-made goy slop research chemicals that are designed to give you the strongest dopamine hit possible with the littlest amount of effort. It's like if you look at a vegan, if you look at somebody who eats plants and grass all day, their cheeks are not powerful. Their jaw is not powerful. They look weak. Vegans are weak because their jaws and their bone structure is weak. Carnivores, predators are strong because their bone structure is strong. The more effort that it takes to achieve something, the more powerful you become. The more effort it takes to get something, the stronger you become in response. The greater the challenge, the greater the glory. The definition of rich and the definition of poor, the definition of wealthy, what's the word I'm looking for? The definition of rich is powerful. It's do I want to eat shitty fast foods? No. How about I eat some rich, nutritious foods? Quality, rich nutrients. Powerful. Filled with power. No waste. Rich people do not waste. That's the difference. So when you wake up and immediately start scrolling on your phone, or you wake up and immediately start rewarding yourself, or you wake up and immediately start eating food, the rich people of this world, they wake up and they immediately start creating. So how long are you going to wait before you start being creative? How long are you going to wait before you take life seriously? You stop allowing your body to just hide in that small little shallow environment. You really have to make a decision. How long are you going to live this life that you don't want? There's no amount of fucking praying and just wishing things were different that's actually going to clean your fucking room or fucking make you shredded. There's no amount of videos you can watch that is going to change your physical body and make you shredded. It doesn't work that way. The only choice you have, it's what I said is everybody wants control. So the only way most people can remain in control is their overcompensating defense mechanism. So your strength is oftentimes your most repetitive habit because you do it all the time. It's the more you do something, the more easier it is to repeat it again and again and again, right? So when people complain oh, I hate life, or oh, you know how it is, or oh, I hate life, or oh, I'm complaining, I wish things are different, blah, blah, blah. When I walked into a coffee shop and got a coffee, all the women working there were just complaining. They were oh, well, yeah. They were doing shit like that. Just the empty, insecure tone of voice. And even that's not weakness. That is strength. When you see a fat gay person with blue hair complaining, that is not weakness. That's not negativity. That is strength and evolution. Do you understand that the more times you repeat something over and over and over again, the easier it is to do it in the future? So when I go to the gym and I squat and I bench and I deadlift and I lift every single fucking day, don't you think it makes lifting easier? So at the end of the day, you really just have to grab your balls and decide who you want to be. Change your identity. And the biggest change that I made in my life was not consuming content. It wasn't the food I was eating. It wasn't the fucking music I was listening to that helped me. It wasn't the people I was talking to that helped me. It was the action and the environment that I put myself in that helped me. Like, dude, I promise you, if I locked you in a room with a notebook and a pencil and some paper, and there's nothing but 4 blank walls around you, eventually, out of sheer boredom and restlessness, you would grab that pencil and paper and start writing. You would start creating. The reason why I'm saying this is because the moment you stop consuming, the moment you regain consciousness, you spend some time in the present moment, you spend some time in your own thoughts. When you finally do that, you're going to have something that most people don't have: conscious control over their present moment. So 99% of the time, the people in this world who have what you want, the people who you are jealous of, the people who you think are more powerful than you, the people who have what you want, they're not special. They are just reacting to a different environment. It's the reason why the rich banking families and trust fund kids have always had money forever and ever, and they're always going to have money. It's because they're reacting to a different environment than you are. They're going to expensive restaurants. They're talking to nice people. They're talking to rich people. They're talking to money managers, financial men. They're making long-term decisions based on the tons of assets they already possess. So if you don't have tons of money and tons of assets and tons of power and influence, if you don't have a huge locus of control that moves through you, like Elon Musk is one of the most powerful humans on this planet. When he says something, people move out of his way. When he wants something, most of the time he'll get it because he has so much force behind him, so many dollars, so many people, so many companies, so many different warriors all moving in the same direction. The more power that is moving through you, the more energy that is coursing through your veins and being created out into the universe, the more power you retain. Like, think about it like a big fat giant grizzly bear. The biggest, fattest bear is eating berries all day, eating animals, eating lots of food. The most powerful organism have the most energy circulating and moving through them on a daily basis. So the Jeff Bezos, the Elon Musk, the Mark Zuckerberg, they move so extremely fast. They have all of this energy moving through them. Hundreds of thousands of people take their orders on a daily basis. Tell me that's not power moving through them. So if you are not in control of your life right now, or subconsciously you don't believe you're in control of your life, the simplest answer I can give to you is change your environment. It's like, I moved across the country from Boston to Florida, and then I moved to Oklahoma, and then I moved to Colorado, and then I moved all the way back to Florida. And every single time I changed my environment, I changed some of my behaviors. Not all of them, because you can't reprogram hundreds of thousands of years of evolutionary instincts. You're not just going to be able to get rid of that on a whim. But you can repurpose those emotions, and you can reprogram yourself to where those instincts call for different actions. So when I have a little dopamine, think about it this way. Right now, there are people in this world who get excited. They have a little imagination, a little instinct, an idea in their head, and they go, oh my God, that's such a great idea. And then they search it up online on Google, and then they start watching the video, and it's like, nice, I'm being rewarded for my idea that I just created. And there are people who instantly are going to act on their consuming pathways, and they're going to be excited to consume and to fucking be slow and just stay in the same place, like teenagers. Because staying in the same place means you're enjoying it. It's like, when you win, you party. When you lose, you ponder. It's like if you're eating a berry bush, if you walk in through the forest and you finally find a fruit tree and it tastes really good, your body is going to release so much dopamine because it wants you to stay in that place and stay in that pathway of homeostasis and healing. The problem comes when your natural survival instincts, like, oh, eat all of the food until there's no more food and then you don't have to do it anymore, repeat the action repetitively over and over and over again until the dopamine shuts off and you no longer feel like it. That is the pathway in every single animal and every single human, every single fish, every single bird, everything. Morty. You are going to repeat actions that feel good, and when they stop feeling good, you're going to start repeating those actions. It's like you load up Pornhub, you start wanking off, and then once you nut, there's no more dopamine, so you stop repeating that action of wanking off in Pornhub. You are being ruled by dopamine, the repetition chemical. Every time you repeat an action, you're telling your body, I want to stay in this environment. I want to stay in this same place. When the apes of the jungle find a fruit tree, they eat all the fruit, they get really happy and excited, they've released dopamine, they want to stay in that same place, they repeat that action over and over and over again until there is no more resources to be consumed, until there's nothing else they can repeat, until the dopamine shuts off. The problem with modern society is all of the Jewish goy slop that has been pushed onto the supermarket shelves, all of the man-made research chemical poison that you are consuming on a daily basis is slowing you down. And on the second hand, it is creating such an extremely, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a superhuman amount of dopamine via these little chemicals. And the only thing that's happening is your brain is becoming addicted to them. Every single time you consume some sort of man-made chemical poison, like a very exciting TikTok with funny music and sexy girls on the screen, it sends such a strong image to your brain, and it takes over your conscious resources, and it makes all the air leave your body. It makes you laugh. It takes away your control, and it programs you to want to repeat that action in the future again. And at the end of the day, there's nothing that you can really do to change your instincts. Your instincts are always going to be there. Your feelings are always going to be there. You're always going to have pain. You're always going to have pleasure. It's always going to be there. But what you can change is how you direct those feelings and what actions you take after that. So sure, I can fucking feel really stressed and feel really painful, but I can still fucking get a big old hearty laugh and chuckle with the homeowner when I knock on their door and sell them some solar panels. I can still drink a coffee, have a cigar, do some push-ups, and recalibrate my instincts so I naturally feel like repeating those actions. So I'm almost at the gym now. Gonna get shredded. And the difficult part that I've been struggling with, really the only thing I'm struggling with is the moments in time where I can't see a clear path. Like me personally, I just spoke for 35 minutes straight like a fucking crazy guy. I'm so fucking schizo. But I have high testosterone, so that's good. Now I'm going to go to the gym, exert my fucking muscles, use my contractile tissue, my power, to grow bigger and stronger and become more powerful. So right now I have a little bit of emotions slowing down. I'm feeling a little bit of brain fog. I'm just slowing down a little bit. I'm getting a little bit more empty, a little bit more flabby and submissive and demonic because I am sitting down horizontal and I've consumed food and calories. Because if your body is consuming calories, if it's digesting food in your belly, it cannot also be simultaneously expending energy on creating something unique that you want to have. Just parked my car at the gym. If you're still watching this, you're a G. But the only thing that matters in this fucking universe is what direction you're moving in. Are you becoming more powerful? Or are you becoming weaker? Are you becoming more shredded? Or are you becoming smaller and frail and just disgusting? Are you becoming more high status, more powerful? Or are you becoming more submissive and gay? There are types of forces, there are spirits and forces in this world that take control of your mind and they take control of your conscious thoughts. And you can't do anything about that. Even fucking me, I'm the most inspirational man on the planet, you know? Like the light in the darkest of voids, the most inspirational man on this planet. And even me, I get distracted by the scrolling sometimes too, because it takes away your conscious control. It takes away your conscious present moment, and it turns you into the submissive, gay, fear, scanning for an escape route pathway. You can't change your instincts. You can't change your animalistic desires. They're always going to exist. But what you can change is how you decide to fulfill them. You can change the delivery method. Yeah, you're going to get hungry at the end of the night. Are you going to eat McDonald's and shit? Or are you going to eat steak and potatoes and healthy stuff? You know what I'm saying? You always have a choice. And the most successful that I have ever been in my life is when I always made the conscious choice to do what was going to make me more powerful in the long term, instead of what was going to get rid of my emotion or just make me avoid and run away from this pain in the short term. There are people in this world who are forward thinkers, who are planning for the future, who are moving forward, who are in pursuit of a goal that they desire. And then there are people who are backward thinkers, who are relying on the past, who are not living in the present, who have a low IQ, who think that life is always going to be the same, and they think that the emotions of the past are what is going to solve their problem. There's people in this world who are going to evolve and adapt to this environment and acquire resources in new, evolved ways. And there are people who are going to stick to the old emotional habits of the past, and they're never going to change, and they're not going to evolve, and they're not going to adapt to the times. Dopamine is the new drug. Are you addicted? I definitely am. I'm addicted to dopamine. Fuck yeah. I'm hella, bruh. Are you addicted? Oh yeah, hella. But my addiction comes with creation. Like when I'm sitting around on the ground consuming content, every fiber of my being tells me, you have to go create. You have to create something. You have to move forward. You have to use your energy. That's just my instincts, because I've been doing it for so long, over and over and over and over again, always repeating the same habits, speaking into my phone, filming videos, uploading, writing in journals, creating my own thoughts and putting them in paper and moving in the direction that I want to go in. And every single time, I have prioritized the long-term vision of creation, of my individual perspective, my unique story, my consciousness, my spirit, my soul, instead of just the short-term emotions, blah, blah, blah. And I guess I'm just repeating myself over and over and over again. And I don't really want to do that because I want to go in the gym right now. But the answer has been in front of your eyeballs all of the time. I'll leave this with a quote. The one thing that you fear, the thing that you're terrified of, the thing you're most afraid of, that you're just so terrified you don't even want to entertain it, that is the thing that is going to move you forward. Your greatest fear, your greatest insecurity, that's your greatest strength. And that's what's going to move you forward. So get more shredded. Nigger.